ACO Pro Series. We are absolutely getting ready for this next match. Rich Pyle, center court. Take it, brother.
Let's get right into it. We're throwing from the blue lane. Seeded number 5, both a singles and a doubles champion from Columbus, Ohio. Welcome, J.ELLIS. And throwing in the red lane today, seeded number 12, ranked in the top 40 players in the ACO world. From Lakeland, Tennessee, Justin Duke. Justin.
All right, getting ready for their down and back as we continue with some of the greatest cornhole you are ever going to see. And you may be saying to yourself, are you serious? I'm watching cornhole on TV. You are, and you know what? In a couple of hours or in just a few minutes, you may turn it back on and say, I'm still watching cornhole on TV because these players play lights out. And I'll tell you something, Justin Duke worked his way into the tournament, as did J.ELLIS over the course of the major here, Kat. And this was a big major here in Branson, and these guys both played their way in for a shot at the 20 grand.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Jeremiah and Justin both showed out yesterday. Jeremiah ended up finishing second. Justin finished fourth. They earned every ounce of their place on this.
And I tell you something, earlier when we saw Boom step out and give us a little here we go to get everything started, while we were waiting to go on, a couple of trick shots going on out on the center court with Boom doing a little headstand. And thank you, J.ELLIS, because he was putting airmails between his legs and into the hole. And he was just a couple of centimeters away from Boom not being able to pull off his official duties.
Right? It's a good thing he picked the right players.
All right, well, I'll tell you something. You guys have done their down and back. Let's turn it over to Ryan LaBelle. He's our head official and whistleblower. He's going to get these guys started. All right, the higher seed, J.ELLIS, gets that all-important first bag. Will he go for the hole? Will he play the block?
That's
both.
Oh, for sure. That's a block. Jeremiah plays dirty cornhole. You're not going to watch him just constantly try to go for the hole. He is going to make Justin play his game today.
Things really starting to gather up around the hole. Again, the hole's 6 inches in diameter. We do have Rich down on center court. We'll be checking in with him because there are things that we cannot see from here with regard to bags hanging in, and are they touching or do they need to be raked out from under? And the importance of a rake in a situation like that with the official is if you're playing a tight game makes all the difference in the world.
Oh, for sure. And especially, trying from this angle, I keep trying to look up and really look at the board. Things can hang and you can't see that from the other end. We can't see it. Is it pinched? Is it grabbed? Is it draggable?
You're describing my bachelor party, I think. All right, so the red bag, the lower seed, Justin Duke, takes an early 2-0 lead here, and Jeremiah's got his work cut out for him. He's going to go hard at that hole, but he leaves what I call, I know it's not an official term, I call it the laundry basket.
The laundry basket? Yeah. We like to call that a whole bunch of bunch. All those bags were bunched right together. Jeremiah did need to throw the slick side, which he did. He just didn't throw it quite hard enough to make them fall.
All right, we're going to go down courtside. Rich is kind of eyeballing these guys closer than we are. What are you seeing, Rich?
Well, as we know with these new bags and the new style with the ACO Pro bags, it's a completely different bag with the old school beads and the setup in them, and the sticky and the slick side. They seem to jam up in the hole quite a bit more than the new style bags do. And as you can tell, this is causing an issue for these players.
Well, it's interesting because Justin, his trick shot, if he has one, is that flop shot, and that's not one of the standard shots, but it's one that has been developed by some of the younger players over the last couple of years, Kat, that it's a difference in the grip, but it rolls the bag up and over. So that doesn't really work to your advantage if they're bunched up in the hole.
Correct. And the difference between, you'll see a flop and an airmail in the same situation. A flop, you're accuracy percentage isn't as great, I feel like, as it is with an airmail, but you have a higher chance if you miss for that bag to still stay on the board and still be in play.
All right, well, in play right now is Justin Duke with a 9-point advantage, but we saw in that last game, in the first couple of games, that no lead is safe, especially when we saw EZ first way through and playing Terry Dawson. So that 9-point advantage could evaporate in one frame, maybe two at the most.
Yeah, and you watched in that last frame, Justin put up a block, and it was off to the side enough that Jeremiah could have gone around it, but he's not comfortable enough with these bags to cut as much. So that's what I think we're going to start seeing.
You lucky son of a gun. Shot, dude.
You're going to see Jeremiah, I think, start to airmail. He is great at it. And if Justin's going to keep trying to block the hole and put him in front, I think Jeremiah's just going to go, okay, you want to play that game? Let's play.
Well, and he did. He showed what he was capable of. Brought it in the backside of the hole there at the end just to minimize the damage. But 11-0, not what we expected. And we mentioned this in the Open. If you've got that blue bag and that higher seed, that really in this tournament with these bags doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't. And Jeremiah didn't get what he wanted there, and I really expected to see an airmail there. I did. I think Jeremiah thought he could have grabbed it, maybe. I don't know. Jeremiah's got to find a way to get first bag. If he can get first bag and change the game a little bit, I think it'll be good for his advantage, but Justin seems like he is just on fire.
Well, he is doing every single thing he wants to do, and as importantly, keeping Jeremiah from doing anything he wants to do.
So there might be a little pressure here for Jeremiah, too. His wife is pregnant with number 4, so $20,000 would do them pretty good.
Well, you made mention of that, and I did notice that if he wins the 20 grand, diapers, lots of diapers is what he told us he wanted to get.
See?
All right, Rich, what's going on the court?
We've talked about momentum being a huge part of the game, and as we can see right now, that's exactly what's happening. Justin's not throwing a bad bag at all, and if he does throw it and misses it, he's blocking the hole. And his momentum keeps him pushing the bag exactly where he needs it to be, just like that shot right there.
You just heard Missy tell Jeremiah, slow down and play your game. And I agree with her entirely. Justin throws very fast.
And I would tell you, that is a common theme over the course of the entire weekend. This is going to make it tough.
Justin punches out another one.
All right, and we have seen that over the course of the weekend. The pace of play has had a huge effect on a lot of players, and players that you would expect to, if they could slow it down, fix what's going wrong. But you got caught up in that a little bit as well, didn't you?
I did. I played in the qualifier on Friday for this lovely 16, and I didn't make it. I made a good show, but didn't quite make it. But the pace of the games were completely different. My first one was very slow. I played against a player that was slower. The second game, I played rapid fire with Megan Maupin. So the gameplay is completely on how you choose to do it. And if Jeremiah can figure out a way to slow Justin down a little bit, he'll get him off his pace.
Here comes that airmail.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, I thought he was going to have to try. No, he couldn't risk taking those two bags.
You can't take that chance at this point.
Yeah, airmail on me.
Oh, you better not let me get the first bag.
I know.
And to your point, it's like I know they can't hear us from here, but I know they're thinking the same thing you are. And I wasn't thinking there. If he had tried that airmail and dragged those two bags in, it would have been over.
Normally, Jeremiah is an extremely aggressive player, but you cannot be that aggressive with 17-0.
Now, he just caught a little bit of a break there. If he could build on this.
I think he's going to block. And he does.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what a fantastic shot.
Jeremiah shaking his head, giving him some credit.
Oh, now this is making it interesting here.
It's going to go around.
Oh, and he tried that roll shot. It just didn't. That flop shot, roll shot, it almost came up and over and leaked in, but just a couple of points away. And, and honestly, you could be watching this and thinking, these guys seem to me like they're throwing very similar games, but it's 19-0.
Oh, for sure. It only takes a couple big frames to change a whole game.
Mm-hmm. Jeremiah holding that first bag really since he gained it on the first frame after, or Justin having that first bag. I'm sorry, Jeremiah had the first bag, and then I don't think he's had it since.
He hasn't. That was Jeremiah's only option. He's going to have to try and drag it.
It's not going to happen this time. Not going to happen this time. And as we said, that blue bag guarantees nothing. It is a complete shutout.
Justin is so happy right now. He worked really hard to make it into the 8. He was so excited trying, like, he came up to the table. Am I in? Am I in? Am I in?
Justin, we'll clean up your laundry for you. Great game, man. Great game. Nearly a perfect game. To take down somebody like Jeremiah Ellis, 21-0. That's pretty impressive.
It's always a privilege to play my guy. This is the guy I look up to a lot in cornhole. And I just shot phenomenal. I mean, everybody saw it, and I'm here to win it, so.
Well, you keep on playing like that, and you just may do that.
I might do it.
Congratulations. Jeremiah. Buddy, what happened?
Couldn't put the bag in the hole.
You're usually a very aggressive player. You usually go for the airmail. You were laying up. What happened? That is not normally your game.
It wouldn't miss. I mean, I had to do something different. So this is the way it went.
In cornhole, any game can be anybody's game.
Yeah.
Today wasn't your game.
Yeah, it's clearly
Unfortunately,
not even close.
Unfortunately, on this, do you think that the pressure of the situation here?
No.
You don't think it was it? What do you think it was it?
I gotta get more time with those bags.
Just it's the difference of the bags.
Yeah.
It's hard, like we had talked before. You know, we talked to everybody about this situation. These bags make you play different. You have to put the bag in the hole. The bag is not going to find the hole. Is that the problem that you had today?
The problem is I threw it left and right. I didn't throw it down the middle.
Well, sorry to see you go, man. I thought you were going to be one of the top people here to have a chance to win 20 grand. But like it is in cornhole, sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Bring it next time.
Thanks.
Sorry, bud.
All right, well, Jeremiah obviously disappointed. Not that shot at that big check to take to the big bank, but he really got it put to him, Kat, today. I mean, as we made mention of, Justin did everything he wanted to do, and he kept Jeremiah from doing anything he wanted to do.
He did, and this game was completely different than the last game. We watched 2 shutouts back-to-back, but Jeremiah, I mean, he played well. Justin just didn't miss.
Well, Lakeland, Tennessee takes on Columbus, Ohio. We're moving on to our 13th seed and our 4th seed. It's time to take it back to center court to our man, Rich Pyle.